Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jay if you're new here, and today I'm going to be doing a build tour of these beautiful Melbourne Victorian style terrace homes. This build was requested by me from someone on TikTok. It was a rogue comment that I got and it sort of caught my eye because I haven't done a style of build like this. And while we're on the theme of doing, I guess at this stage, a build from every state in Australia, I hadn't done Melbourne yet, so I thought why not? And here we are. I am absolutely in love with this build. There are 4 terrace homes in total and I've gone ahead and furnished 2 of them. And I think at this point I would have probably nearly been done with doing a build from each state. All that's left to do is a federation style home, which is what I mentioned in my last build, the common style of build in my city. Now, as it says in the name, Melbourne, this type of build is super common over in Melbourne, but also here in WA where I'm from, we also have terrace style homes. There's not really that many compared to what it would be like in Melbourne, but it definitely is a style that we do have here in WA and I absolutely adore it. I would 100% live in a terrace home if my purse was deep enough. But anyway, we're going to jump into the tour for the exterior and then I'm going to jump into the interior and give you guys a little rundown. So, as you can see from the front, I've gone ahead and done like a little mock street parking section here. I've just used the tool mod to put some concrete slabs out the front. This isn't on the lot, so it I don't think it will be included in the download when you place the build. I mean, some of the slabs are just in the boundary of the lot, but I don't think they'll, come up when you download it. So it's more for my aesthetic pleasure than anything. But as you can see from the front, I've gone ahead and done the little front gardens for each terrace home. And you can kind of get the idea of the theme for each one. I've kind of given each little terrace home their personality and color scheme. And what I said at the beginning was that I furnished these 2 and left these 2 blank. So if you guys want to go ahead and, download it and move your Sims in, you can do up a home of your own for them. And I've kind of, given them their own sort of theme so you can run with that. So this is the front, really lively, absolutely gorgeous. So nice with the Sunblind mod. It just makes it look so realistic. And of course I've had to include a jacaranda tree because they are really common in Australia, especially around like neighborhoods and streets like this. They're just such a beautiful tree to have. Very messy though, lots of flowers, but yeah, it just adds to the feel. So that's the front of the lot, I guess. And then moving over into the back, I've gone ahead and done each backyard for each home. So as you can see, we'll go over to this one here. This house, I thought maybe the owners would be into a little bit of gardening. So I've got some colorful flowers and maybe a little bit more eclectic on the inside. But that's up to you guys whether or not you want to do that or stick to the theme. But I've put a little pergola out the back here. Now for Americans, I heard for the first time an American say the word pergola and I lost my mind. I have no idea what a pergola is. I think that's absolutely outrageous. Like, why would you be calling it a pergola? It's a pergola. Anyway, I digress. We go on to this one over here. Really simple, just a little lemon tree and some outdoor seating. Again, these 2 are blank. And then these 2 are the furnished terrace homes. You can see this family, well, I guess it is a family, has a child. So I've put some little, kiddie play stuff out the back here, just some more seating. And then over here, we've got a little fire pit and some outdoor lounges. Very nice. And it lights up really pretty at nighttime with the fairy lights as well. So this is the back of the build. And now we're going to jump into the interior. So I'll give you a little rundown on these 2 terrace homes here. Okay, so jumping into the interior, I thought I'd give you guys a little aerial shot for the layout. Now these homes are 2-story. So this is the top floor. As you can see, we've got the 2 furnished terrace homes over here and then the 2 blank ones for you guys to do up as you please. But this is the layout of the top floor and then this is the layout of the bottom floor. So I'm gonna give you a run through of the bottom floor for both of them first before we jump back upstairs, and I'll talk you through my process. So as you can see here, we've got the lounge room for the first home. Really eclectic, sticking to that more like warm toned theme, like lots of darker colors with, you know, pops of green and, you know, colorful pieces of artwork dotted around. A lot of the inspiration pictures I saw for these homes were, I'm gonna be honest, really boring. Like they were really like ultra modern or super contemporary, and that's not usually my jam. So I've kind of stepped out of my comfort zone a little bit here. As you can see, this isn't the typical style of kitchen that I would do, but it translates pretty well for this style of home. And while it doesn't fit the usual like early 2000s, 90s nostalgic sort of build that I usually do, you know, that more lived in, run down, low socioeconomic, you know, bracket, I still enjoyed doing it, you know, using different pieces of CC that, you know, I haven't used before, to create, you know, something that still felt realistic to me. Because like I said, while it's not the usual nostalgic feeling, it still feels very real for me, because a lot of my friends' homes and just houses here in Australia in general, the ones that have been renovated, are very much like this. So it still feels pretty natural. But yeah, as you can see, we've got a really big, you know, dining and kitchen space here. A lot of these builds had this sort of like inlet layout as well, for like cabinets or just, you know, seating. So I kind of ran with it here and made my own little bench seat. Whether it's functional or not, I don't know, but it still adds to the feel, right? And then we've got a really nice big concrete island and a little bar section. And then just out here on the back deck, we've got some seating and a barbecue, and that leads out into the courtyard over here. So that's the first house. And then if we jump into the second home, I've kind of swapped the layouts a little bit just to keep it interesting. But again, we've got the, you know, the tiny little crammy hallway. And yes, of course, to my disdain, I had to add in a couple of, you know, child-friendly items for the purpose of having a kid. But yeah, I've swapped it around here, and we've done the dining room in here instead. And again, this home is a little bit more warmer, lots of browns and greens, and I've gone with the accent walls throughout the house. So you would have seen the dark brick over there, which was in the seating area, and then I've taken this beautiful dark, almost like seal blue paneling and used it over here in the lounge as well. So yeah, the lounge room is over here next to the kitchen, and my friend's house is pretty much set up like this with the lounge and the kitchen behind. So I kind of took inspiration from that. So we've got a beautiful lounge space with an awesome funky red couch, and this rug is an IKEA rug, and I actually have it in my room. So it was a pleasant surprise when I picked the swatch and noticed that it was the same as my rug. So there you go. If you download this, you have my rug in game. But yeah, this is the kitchen for the second one. Really nice and big, beautiful island, lots of space. And I really do like the idea of having the sink on the island. So yeah, this is this one here, and then we go outside here to their little seating area. And I didn't put a barbecue because they have one outside. I just put some indoor planters. And then we go back out into the courtyard with some extra seating. So that is the finished floor plan for the bottom floors. But I really like this one. I tried to make it a little bit more mid-century-esque, I guess. At least that's what my mum said when she saw it. She goes, oh, it's so mid-century, which I guess is the theme for it. Whether the upstairs fits it or not, I don't know. I kind of was inspired to carry it on with the red couch, so using lots of reds and blues. But yeah, this is the second home. Very pretty. Now we're going to jump upstairs into the second floor. Now this home I would imagine would be for like, you know, a dink couple, so double income, no kids. Obviously these homes in real life are extremely eye-watering in price. So, you know, to have a spare bedroom up here is, you know, is a dream, right? So yeah, this would be their spare bedroom for guests, and we've got a beautiful little balcony outside here with the open French doors. Again, with the dark paneling, I think it looks really nice. Lots of dark colors. And then we've got the little hallway, nothing interesting there, just a little accent table. And then the bathroom. I actually really like this bathroom. I was a bit overwhelmed with the amount of space in this like build in general. So I used a lot of these, I guess you'd call them like columns, not really columns, right? But you know, trying to make the room a little bit more pleasing in terms of the layout. So it actually worked really well. And I like this bathroom because I actually put some skylights upstairs. So when I change the time of day, if we go into the morning time, you can see some of the light poking through, which is lovely. I'm just going to change it again. But yeah, you can see that the light shines through from outside and it just looks so beautiful. So yeah, that's the bathroom. And then we jump over into the master suite, which is just, oh my God, I love it. Again, not my usual style, but I really enjoyed putting this together. Like, this is a bedroom, right? It's almost like a mix between a hotel room and a bedroom. But we've got some funky artwork on the wall, those dark sort of earthy, greeny, yellowy colors coming through with the black accent, you know. I just think it looks really, really cool. So this is the bedroom. Really cool. Love it. And then we'll jump into upstairs on the second one, and I'll just start with the bedroom while we're here. I have taken the color scheme from downstairs and included a red ottoman seat here at the end of the bed and some awesome wood paneling at the back here, and used the pops of color throughout. And I really do like this bedroom as well. Again, we've got some furniture, a little bit more mid-century, I guess, and some built-in robes at the back there. A little bit of seating. And I also like putting multiple rugs in one room. I think it adds, you know, to the effect a lot more clutter. You know, it makes the space feel a little bit more yeah, cluttered, I guess, a little bit more busy. But this is the second bedroom, really, really nice. Or, you know, the bedroom for this house. And then we go into the hallway again, another accent table because, you know, you can't have too many of those. And then this is their bathroom. We've got the shower tub combo in this one, and again I've had to dot around some child-friendly objects. So we've got the potty, or the toilet, the little toot for the little ones, and a little mirror in here. I don't know, just kind of tried to jazz it up a little bit, make it kid-friendly. This is their bathroom, very pretty. And then we go into the kids' room. Kind of busy, but not too busy. Do you know what I mean? It's not my usual messy, you know, style of build. So it still feels like a kid lives here, but it's also very on theme for, you know, well-to-do parents who live in this kind of home. So yeah, this is the bedroom. Very cute, and I really like this little nightlight. It's almost like it's got like a warm glow to it, so it's very cute. But yeah, this goes out onto the balcony as well. Just a little bench seat here, nothing fancy. But yeah, that is the finished tour of the Terrace homes. Dun, da, da, da. I absolutely adore these. Please do let me know what you think in the comments down below. I had so much fun doing them. And of course, this build will be available to download on my Patreon, so go ahead and grab it if you like. And I'm going to love you and leave you as always. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll speak to you guys soon.